All right, we are back live. This is Bolo Punch Boxing Hour, brought to you by George Rogie Insurance, www.bolopunchboxinghour.com. Streaming to you live, as always, on Ustream.tv. Timmy the producer, Patterson, talk to me and all of our listeners. How can you get in touch with us this evening, especially if you want to get in on tonight's topic?
Hit us up on the hotline, 219-743-9743. Yahoo is up and running. It is keyword Bolo Punch Boxing Hour. And you can hit us up in the chat room via Ustream.tv. You do have to click the little tab that says chat. I unfortunately cannot watch you, but you guys that are doing the show, the you three boys behind me, can actually see that. So they'll get your comments on the air, hopefully. But the best way to reach us actually right now, for sure, is via the Yahoo Instant Messenger.
That'll work, and you can call that Bolo Punch hotline, 219-743-9743, and we'll patch you right through, actually. So that means Pete's about to call in about 9 seconds. Love to talk to Pete anyway. Oh, we got Cameron. We got a throng of good friends.
We got to thank Pete for putting you in that interview that he had.
Did you see that?
Oh, how could I not? You emailed it to me.
Did I forward it to you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Did I email to you?
Oh, that was an accident.
Yeah. I was on the list of contacts of about 100 people that you sent it to.
Come on.
It was broadcast, for God's sakes.
Did you see it? I sent it to you too.
Yes.
You don't
Nestor
check your
can't
email.
read.
Nestor only reads in Spanish, but he does speak pretty good English. His green card is in German. ¿Qué? Yo no sé. So, my topic tonight, and I'm going to lob this ball up there, and I want to see who can smack their balls around the best. My question tonight: when you start at featherweight, and you come on up, and you take a belt here, and you move up again, and you take a belt here, and then you move up again, and you take a belt here. His last 4 fights have been for belts, all 4 in different weight divisions. Now they're not in, and I'm talking about Pacquiao, obviously, I don't think I need to say that, but he went up to welter, came back down to junior welter to get this belt. My question is, how far can he go on his present course? How heavy can Manny Pacquiao go? Can we expect to see within a year, perhaps? I mean, when you've already gone as far up as welter, did he only fight Oscar for the money, or did he really want to prove that he can fight at welter? My question is there a chance of ever seeing a Pacquiao fight a real prime welterweight? Mo, where you got first?
Well, we were actually talking about this. Who's next for Manny? We were trying to pick out guys. I mean, we're like, he can fight Cotto, and you're like, he can knock out Cotto. He can fight Andre Berto. He can knock out Andre Berto. You know, there's a lot of guys that are there around Walter that are marquee names that he could fight, but we kept naming them. We just like, check, he can knock him out. Check what round is he gonna knock this guy out in? You know,
he'll beat Cotto. If they were to fight, he will beat him.
And if he fights Berto, he'd probably beat him as well.
By the time he would be ready to campaign as an actual welterweight, Manos de Concreto would be ready. He'd be back off of his 1-year suspension, and he'd be fighting, and they'd be giving him like diapers on his hands at this point. They wouldn't be allowing him to use real hand wraps and real gloves. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
I did. There we go.
Yes, you did.
Nestor, what do you got? How far can Manny Pacquiao go as far as weight?
I don't.
And still be effective.
You know what? I think welterweight would probably be as far as he would want to go. I don't know that he's going to want to mix it up with guys like Edison Miranda and Kelly Pavlik and things like that up at the middleweight division. I think that's just too far. I think that Manny Pacquiao is at the division that he needs to be.
Well, even at junior middle, he's going to be fighting guys like Spinks and
he would destroy Spinks.
Oh well, yeah.
He would destroy DeAndre Lattimore, who just, in my opinion, beat Spinks.
Would he destroy Angulo, or would he destroy Kirkland? Those are some hard-hitting junior middles.
You know what? Ricky Hatton is a hard-hitting junior welter. He is a hard-hitting guy.
I'm saying junior middle.
No, I hear you. And that's a different animal altogether. I get that. How hard you punch? No one punches harder than Cotto. I'm sorry. At middle.
I don't know. Kirkland hits pretty freaking
hard.
No
one hits harder than Cotto.
Yeah, when you start breaking bones through gloves.
No one hits harder than Cotto. I have to say that. Not at welter and under. Well, I mean, You still have Paul Williams, who
You gotta
has
remember
so
this-
much.
The size of the
much-
gloves change as well. I think
They changed before you get to welter.
I thought they changed when you went to junior middle. I thought that's right when they changed again.
I think it changes before welter. I think at junior welter is the change, but I might be wrong on that.
I might be wrong as well. I'm not sure, but I know the gloves do change as the weight class increase as well.
I don't believe that Manny Pacquiao has anything to prove any further up the line. I don't think that he.
It's not about proving.
I don't think that he.
Timmy, what do you got, man?
It's
not about proving.
I don't think that he needs to go any further. I think that he's got enough competition and enough. There's enough money to be made at welterweight.
Well, there's enough. There's always enough money. You can keep taking fights and make the money. It's about doing something that people haven't seen, or you have to be crazy and do things that are just unheard of these days to put yourself out there. I mean, he's got to, if he wants to set himself aside from every other boxer, he's going to have to try to take that leap and come from one small weight class all the way up.
I don't even think.
And I don't know that he can do it.
I think maybe you
it's
should
just
go
that.
in there against Chad Dawson.
I don't even think it's just that he's trying to set himself aside from everybody else, like Tim's saying. He's bringing interest back to the sport.
Well, and I don't have.
Who's been talking about boxing in the last
and
3-4 years?
and
All of
I
a sudden,
pra-
everybody's talking about
And I
it.
praise him for that. I really do. But I think there's only so far that you want to go. I think welterweight's as far as he wants to go.
All I know
don't
is nobody's been talking about boxing. They're all, and they weren't even allowed to talk about it on most sports shows. All of a sudden, you found out who the boxing fans are on all these talk shows.
But this is what boxing needs, and this is what Manny needs to do. Is he needs to just decide, I'm gonna jump up a couple levels and try to take on somebody out of my league.
I mean,
in
you
order
see
to make
Manny
it
do it,
interesting,
and
just to get it talked about. I mean, that's what boxing needs right now.
you see Manny do it, and you see Paul Williams doing it. I mean, they're doing it simultaneously.
Yeah, they're never going to land on the same square.
And the same weight. And
Hopefully, God willing.
And you need to even look at Adamek. Adamek's trying to do the same thing. I mean, they're
Catch
jumping
me
up.
if you can. I'm going to take your belt while you're looking the other way. Yeah.
They're all jumping up in weight class. I mean, Manny's the only one being talked about
Yeah,
at
but
this point.
do
But you
you-
got to look at those other guys out of the corner of your eye and go, they're doing the same thing Manny's doing.
Do you honestly believe that he needs to go any further or is going to go any further?
Didn't say anything about need. That isn't even the question.
Okay.
Okay, excuse
How
me.
far can he go?
Let's take this out. Let's
How
take
far
that-
can Manny
How far
go?
can he go?
Can he be effective? You know what? Let me just throw this out there. If he were to fight Kelly Pavlik for the middleweight championship tomorrow,
I think the height differential.
All right,
is too much.
I tell you what. Let's take a quick break, Chris, and let's come back with that because I don't
Okay.
want to cut this short here because we got 2 minutes and we ain't gonna finish up in 2 minutes. So
I can do that.
let's do a part 2 on this.
Part 2 coming right back at you. This is Bolo Punch. We'll talk to you in a minute.